All right, today I want to talk to you about ANSI and what kind of benefits ANSI has for agents and appraisers for that matter. Since we started working on this ANSI project with Fannie Mae, I get a lot of emails and pretty much it's saying, what can ANSI do for me? Pretty much that's the mentality, and this looks like it's going to be a lot of extra work. So what am I getting out of this? And it's a common thing, and it comes in not only from appraisers, but from agents as well, and saying, why do we really want to take this on, and what does it do for us? And the bottom line is it comes down to ANSI being the name. It's a level of trust. And most of the time when I reply to these things, I tell them to think about this, that you're in a courtroom. I've got two appraisers, and talk about one of the biggest problems with errors and omissions insurance and appraisers is square footage problems. And whether we like it or not, it's either first or second on the list of E&O providers. So getting square footage wrong and a different number from somebody else is a very common problem. All right, so let's say you're in court and you got appraiser A and appraiser B. And the judge says, okay, appraiser A, how did you measure this house? And the appraiser stands up really confident and says, Your Honor, I've been measuring houses like this for over 20 years. I've never had a problem. My supervisor was taught like this. Lots of appraisers in my area measure the same way I do, and we've never had an issue, and here's my sketch that you can look at. Your Honor says, okay, that's good. Says, appraiser B, how did you measure this house? Appraiser B stands up and he's holding in his hand the ANSI measurement standard. He says, Your Honor, here is my sketch. Anybody can take my sketch, follow my measurements and my measurement standard, and come up with a very similar number. It may not be exact, but it's going to be pretty darn close. And ANSI is the most well-known measurement standard in the world, and definitely within the USA. So, think about how is the judge going to react to that, and which appraiser do you want to be, A or B? By having the ANSI standard, not only does it give the judge, he's going to rely on the appraiser that's followed the measurement standard, and that anybody else can follow his lead and come up with a very similar number. So ANSI is good for giving you, liability protection, and it's also good for giving consumers that level of trust. If they know that you followed the ANSI standard, they trust in your numbers. They're not worried about how you measured it and if somebody else would come up with a different number. They may look at the tax records and say, this number's way off. And the best thing you can do in your sketch, you tell them, the tax department measured this house at X number of square feet. We measured it per the ANSI measurement standard, and it's calculated at Y square footage. They can look at that, and no matter what else happens, they have a level. It's consistency and it's trust. The bottom line is everybody trusts the name ANSI. They know it went through a process, and it makes appraisers be more trustworthy. How, if you want to say, how does ANSI help you? It helps you to be more trustworthy. It helps consumers see us better. It helps mortgage lenders see us better. The only thing that is a negative about ANSI is that we got to get everybody to use it. If we can get everybody on the same bandwagon, everybody follow the same standards, so we speak the same language of square footage, then our entire industry grows up in a level of trust we've never had before, and it's time for the real estate industry to join the rest of the standardized world. So what does as appraisers, what does ANSI do for you? It brings you up with every other profession. And there are no other professions that don't follow a standard for their biggest item. And in the real estate business, the best thing we have is information, real property information, and ANSI makes that better. So please give ANSI a try, and let's get everybody on the same page following the ANSI measurement standard. Thanks for watching.